Someday we will buzz. You and I are falling behind and I'm ready to go. Get out while we hold. Now take my advice. Take my advice. Let go, let go. I wanted you. I know you feel it too. Cut loose before we sink into the ocean's blue. The ocean, the ocean, the ocean. It takes some time, even though it's just a smile.
All right. Welcome to each and every one of you this evening to our relationship show, which is titled The Prince's Secrets. And hopefully this is not your very first time that you visited with us, because I see a lot of people that are coming in and they've been visiting with us for several months. So I'd like to just say to each and every one of you, just welcome. And my name is Norma Bryant Howard, and I am your host for this evening. And I'm coming to you from the beautiful campus of Love University. Love University. I'm so excited this evening because we have an extraordinary couple that will be joining with us. And they're all the way from Hempstead, North Carolina, all the way down there by that beach. So we're going to bring them on in just a second or two. But before I bring them on, I have a question. How many of you have actually visited my website? How many of you have visited the website? Okay, well, I've just thought about a contest. You know, I'm one of those ones, I just love contests. So I have a contest for you this evening. The first person who goes to my website, which is princecharmingway.com, I'm going to be giving out this nice, nifty water bottle. It's really nice. It's a glass water bottle. It's got a little silver cap. It's got a little handle to it. And the very first person that can go to my website, princecharmingway.com, not right now, but go in at the very end of the show. And what I want you to do is I want you to check out the name of the lady who is the reality star that's on my website. She's going to be on my homepage. You're going to check her out. You're going to put her, you're going to think about what her name is. Write that name down right now, because at the very end of the show, I want you to go into the chat and I want you to put her name in. And the first person who puts her name in, well, someone from my staff is going to decide who the winner is. And it's a nice glass water bottle. Okay, all right. So we're about ready to bring on our distinguished guests this evening. So if you will just give us about a minute, or couple here. They are. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you so very much. Bringing on Liam and Brittany Flemming.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you lovely people doing this evening?
Doing good.
We're doing well.
Well, you're doing well and you're looking fabulous. I mean, you know, Hollywood has nothing over on the Flemings. I can tell you that this evening. They have nothing on you guys at all. So what I'd like to do to start off this evening, just sort of introduce yourselves. Tell the audience just a little bit about you.
Well, my name is Brittany Flemming. I'm originally from Vallejo, California. My parents are Philip and Sherry Hunter, and we have two children, age 3 and 6. And I am a training coordinator for a banking liaison company.
And I'm Liam Flemming, originally from Queens, New York. I am currently in the Marine Corps. I'm a Marine Corps pilot. And like Brittany said, we have 2 adorable children that we love and just enjoy.
Wonderful. And you all live down there by that beach, I understand, down by the ocean.
Yes.
Not too far from Surf City, or close to me, Surf City Beach.
Well, wonderful. I know someone else that lives down there. I'll tell who that person is in just a little bit. So every now and then, I'm just going to sort of check the chat and see what's going on here this evening. But we're going to jump right into it right now because I've come up with some really, really great questions that I'd like to present to you tonight. Okay, so the very first question that I'm sure you expected for me to ask this is, how did you meet? How did the two of you meet?
That's so
Do you
funny.
want to tell it or
Sure, I'll tell the story. It was actually
I'll correct you on the truth?
one of my sorority sisters was having a birthday party. Her name was Bindu, and it was a weekend party, and we were sitting there playing cards, and Liam is in a fraternity, and we were playing cards, and after the cards, Liam asked me for my phone number. He was like, "Hey, what's your number?" And I was like, "Number one." And he was just like, seriously? He's like, it's not
I
even
love
like
it.
that. I just thought you were cool. And I was like, okay, well, it's number one all the time. He says, well, are you coming to the party tomorrow? And I said, I don't know. I have two 10-page papers to do. And at the time, I was doing my master's program. And he says, oh, well, what are you studying? And I said, operations management. And I said, I have no idea what I'm doing on these papers. He says, oh, why work in operations management? And I said, oh, 707-704-50. And I
I
gave
don't
him my
blame you.
phone number
I don't
because
blame
I
you.
needed help with my homework. And so the next day, we met up, and he didn't know anything about my homework. But I realized I had really kind of judged a book by its cover, and he was just, I mean, amazing. And the rest is history.
She
Oh,
got it
that
pretty
is
accurate.
well, that's a beautiful, beautiful love story. I love that. I love it. So Liam is from New York and Brittany is from California, and you all just across the country, and you all found each other. That's amazing.
Yes.
That
Yeah, I
is
And
was.
I
absolutely great.
actually, if I can add, it's funny because we were really great friends for a year, just platonic friends. And I think at the time we were both kind of dating someone else. So we were friends. And on my birthday, and my birthday is on Valentine's Day,
Wow.
I am dating someone else, and I hear a knock at the door, and it's roses. And I automatically think it's from my
Yes.
parents because my parents normally send me flowers or balloons or something like that on my birthday. And they're yellow roses. And so I look back at the guy I'm dating, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. I was like, look at these flowers. I said, they're from Liam. Isn't that so nice? Because Liam and I were just friends. I didn't know in a year he would have been my husband. So Liam knew what he was doing. That's what I think.
Well,
He had a
Liam knew
plan.
Liam knew it was destined for it to happen. Oh, that's beautiful. I just love it. I love it. So what did you all finally, once you all got together, what did you finally find out that you all had in common? It just kind of like solidified that
I think it was
relationship. What did you all
more
have
a
in
thing of
common?
opposites attract because Brittany is very outgoing and very the life of the party, and I'm more reserved. So it's more of a thing of just opposites attract. So she kind of pulls
Right.
me out of out of my shell, and then I kind of expose her to different things inside of my shell. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, I think it's
Well,
Wow.
more of a thing of opposites attract, but we complement each other a lot though.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
I feel like it was our morals. I feel like we both had the same common goals. We both we both come from very big families, and our ambitions match. And I think that we knew from the jump after having serious conversations that this was something that we wanted to pursue together and we wanted to grow together.
Yep.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. So, like I said, it was just destined by the stars that you two got together. And I just love it. Just absolutely love it. And I do believe that opposites do attract because that's what keeps a relationship interesting. You don't want to have two people from the same, personalities and commonalities from the same cookie cutter. You want them to be different and you can complement each other with your differences. I really do believe that. Okay, so tell me, Liam, where did you all go on your first date? Oh, I asked a hard
So
one.
our first our first date wouldn't necessarily be considered a first date. So we went to a sushi bar and it wasn't really a first date per se. Um
It wasn't intentional to be
It
a
was
first date,
it
but it
wasn't
turned into
yeah.
a first
Brittany
date.
had some friends from college in town, and the guy she was dating at the time, I guess, didn't want to join her to go hang out with her friends. So she just called me because she didn't want to be
A fifth
a
wheel.
fifth wheel,
Right.
and she called me, and I wasn't doing nothing, and not too far. Well, I lived not too far from where the place was, so I said, sure, I'll come down, and then came down, we hung out, met her friends, and it was just a good night. So it wasn't necessarily a first date, but it ended up being a first date.
He was such a gentleman. That's when my eyes kind of opened up because I saw him as a friend. And I was like, hey, Liam, do you want to go get sushi with us? I don't want to be a fifth wheel. Do you want to come? And so he came and he opened up my door and he pulled out
Oh
my
no.
chair
Oh
and he
my goodness.
complimented me. And then he paid for my meal at the end. And I was
Oh
like,
my
wait a
goodness.
minute. We're just supposed to be friends. I was like, wait a minute. He's kind of nice.
Oh yeah.
Wait, okay.
Absolutely. I just love that story. I love that. Okay, so I just pulled out a dictionary. Hopefully, you got your dictionaries pulled out because I want you to think about a word from the dictionary that's going to describe each other. So, what one word would you pull out of your dictionary to describe each other? So, Liam, I want you to go first and think of a word that's going to describe Brittany.
Spontaneous.
Oh, spontaneous. Oh, is that true? Is that true, Brittany?
Yes, I will take
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Very
She's
spontaneous.
okay. All
Extremely
right.
spontaneous.
Okay. Great. Okay. All right. Now, Brittany, your turn. What is the one word from the dictionary that you can pull out to describe Liam?
I would say perseverant. He is
Perseverance.
very determined. Anything he puts his mind to, he achieves it, and anything he wants, he gets it.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I would definitely say perseverant.
Perseverance. Okay.
Mhm.
Spontaneous and perseverance. Two good words. Then you all go over to somebody's art shop and get some wood and have that, kind of like engraved on wood, hanging around the house so you all can see it all the time. See
Yes.
it all the time. I think that's great. Okay. Now, people will ask you this, and I'm sure that you may have, since you're getting ready to celebrate your eighth wedding anniversary, and people are going to be coming up to you and they're going to be asking you this question, which is they're going to look at you and say, can you tell me your secret? What is your secret for remaining in a long term committed relationship? Because you all have only been married for 8 years, but I'm willing to bet something. Okay.
Okay, we're back.
Okay. Okay. Right. Person. Okay. All right. And maybe you can just tell us something. Okay. All right. So the question was, what is your secret for remaining? Because, like I said, there are couples that I'm sure you know that have been married 8 years or less, and they probably
Mhm.
never made it.
We communicate all the time.
Can you?
Yeah.
That's someone trying to get in and make a call. I'm sure. Okay. Someone trying. I have to call you later, Claudia. Okay. All right.
um, did you want to go ahead? Did you want to
Yeah.
Okay.
repeat
Who
yourself?
wants to ask?
So I would say our secret is communication.
Oh,
We
good.
communicate about everything. If there's an issue, we try and address it right away. If uh, if I have an issue, I make sure I bring it up. If Brittany has an issue, she definitely brings it up. And I think we commit to each other that, hey, if there is something, we love each other enough that we'll work through it and
Okay.
try and address it right then and there.
And I feel like keeping God at the head of your household and praying together and being empathetic to the other person's needs and also loving that person in their love language. Um,
Okay.
Understanding that just because your love language is time, that doesn't mean that that may be his love language. His love language may be words of affirmation. So just kind of understanding those things, and that comes with again communication, like Liam said, and learning those things about each other. Trying to continue to date each other. Don't
Oh, I
forget
love
that.
that.
I feel
Oh,
like
I
a
love
lot of
that.
times when people have children or they have careers, they forget to date each other. And
That's
that's
right.
really a priority because that's what brought you together. So just
Absolutely.
prioritizing each other and being friends. I spoke with my mom. My parents have been married for almost 36 years and they've been together for over 40 years. And I asked my mom what was the secret to their marriage. And she says 50% of it is being friends.
Oh,
If you can be
absolutely.
friends, then you've done half the work. So,
Absolutely.
making sure that your spouse is your best friend first
Yes,
and
you're
then, your love.
Oh, I like that. I really do like that. And that is so very important to keep that love alive, keep it alive and not taking each other for granted. And as Liam said, communication and being that person's best friend, and it will
Mhm.
keep that because like a lot of times we put so much effort in our careers and work hard on our careers, and then when we get home, it's like we just sort of like, everything is up in the air, because
Hmm.
we feel like, we're home, I can be comfortable and I don't have to work. And some people work
Mhm.
hard on their jobs and they do with their relationships. Okay, that was great. I hope some people made some notes on that because we got a lot of people that's coming in. Hello, Redonna Guy. Hello, Claudia. Hello, Laurie. Hello, Liz. We got a lot of people that's coming in this evening. Okay, now here goes. I call this my monkey wrench questions. We have to do a monkey wrench. They're not hard. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Brittany, what is Liam's favorite junk food?
Ooh.
Oh, that was a hard one. Let's see. Sherry Hunter. Okay.
Anything.
Favorite. Yeah, she's
He's a moody eater.
okay.
So, he doesn't really honestly, he doesn't really eat junk. He
Okay.
eats real food.
Oh, he's
So, I couldn't even
Got
say that he's not a junk eater. I'm
oh
more
yeah.
of the junkie.
Oh, okay.
But he doesn't really eat junk food. He may pick up um, some crackers, something small,
Yeah, I'm not.
but he's not he's
That's
not
not
really a
considered junk.
junkie. I mean, he's a Marine. They
Oh,
can't,
that's right. Absolutely.
I
That's
mean,
right.
he can, but he doesn't. He
Yeah,
doesn't really.
That's
I don't.
Now,
that's
what I
true.
will say is that he loves desserts. So when it's the season for desserts, such as Thanksgiving or Christmas or a holiday, he will indulge in a little bit of desserts.
Oh, okay. That's right. I
Hmm.
forgot. He is in the Marines, and I don't think they don't. I don't think they encourage eating too much
I'm
junk
just not big
food.
on junk food.
Okay. Well, let's see. I'm going to ask this one also, Brittany. Brittany, what is Liam's favorite color?
Blue.
Blue. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, very good. Blue. Okay. Now, Liam, is your turn. What is Brittany's favorite TV show?
uh, it was True Blood. Uh, but she's not really big on TV. She's not like her current show right now that she's watching is yeah, she's not really big on TV.
Anything, well,
She
tell her
well,
my favorite type of
yeah,
TV
she
show.
likes action and
Oh,
science
I.
like superhero adventure shows.
Oh,
So
okay,
yeah,
okay,
so she'll
okay.
look at
That's
it.
it. We'll take that. We'll
Yeah.
take that one too. Okay. Now, before COVID, you may have sat around, and I mean, you may have gone to the movies. Okay. Now you probably sat
Hmm.
around and watched Netflix. So, is there something like on, let's say, your favorite movie, your favorite Netflix movie? What might that be? Liam,
My
what might that be? Well, I want
Brittany,
Liam to answer that. Does she have a
Okay.
favorite movie? A movie?
a favorite movie,
A favorite movie of all times. I mean, if
a
anybody
favorite
asks me,
movie of
I gotta
all
go to
time would
What's on
be
the wall?
of all
um
times. Well, I let her steal.
Probably like black,
I let her steal
probably like
mine. The
Black
color
Panther.
purple. The color purple. I let her steal mine if she wants. The color purple.
What's on the
That's
wall?
my favorite movie of all times. At least that's what I say. Okay, now here goes another hard one, which isn't really that hard. We talked to one lady one night, and she said that it took time for her to evolve to this state that she's in. When I asked the question, how do you resolve conflict? And she said to the audience that when she first got married, the way she would resolve a conflict was just go into the bedroom and slam the door. So, there's some ways that we resolve. And I think Liam probably is going to maybe do a little repeat about what he said at first when he said communication. So would you say that, Liam?
I think for it will go back to that. But for us, I think Brittany and I have an agreement where we won't, if there's something bothering one of us, no matter what it is, like I'm not sleeping on the couch. I'm gonna sleep in my bed. So I'm not.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, we try not to go to sleep angry. So
Right.
like I said, we'll talk about it until there's a resolution. So if that means staying up until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning until we both get to a point where we can come to an agreement or agree to disagree, we'll sit there and just talk through the situation. So yeah, we're going to communicate until that issue is
Right.
solved.
Until we come to a happy medium. And
Yeah.
sometimes we agree to disagree, but at
Right.
least we got our emotions out and we can say, hey, I respect how you feel, or I don't agree with that. However, can we meet in the middle and try to compromise?
Oh,
So,
wow. That's
we always said that there's three things that we would never argue about, and that's money, children, and sex.
Oh, great.
So, we try our best not to argue about any of those things, and we can talk about it. We can talk like adults because we respect each other. So we don't curse at each other. We don't disrespect each other. We sit there and we say, hey, this is how this made me feel. What can we do going forward so we don't continue to run into the same issue?
Oh, I think that's
And
great.
sometimes we do run into the same issue, but then we revisit the conversation again and we say, hey, we said we were going to grow from this. It's not about changing because I don't want to change who he is. I don't want to change anything about him. The person who he is who I fell in love with. However, I do want to grow with you and I want us to reach another level in our relationship where we can be happy.
Yeah, I think Brittany kind of, well, we had a we had a talk last night, and she brought up like, we do temperature checks with each other. So like we'll ask, hey, what's going on, or where are you at on this situation, and then we'll just kind of talk about it. And
Or how do you feel? Are you happy? Is there anything I can do to make you happier? Just asking those open-ended questions that if you really want to be the best version of you in this relationship, I need to know what you need from me. Because if you don't tell me, if you don't show me, if you don't give me an indication, I won't know. So asking those questions, because a lot of times with him being so introverted and me being so extroverted, you will always know what I feel. You'll know what I feel on my body language. Versus him, sometimes you have to knock down that wall a little bit to see if there's anything wrong because he's so used to just dealing with it. And that could be something from the military, but it's so used to dealing with it that he doesn't complain, he doesn't say anything. So it's not until, I don't know, maybe an emotional, a death in a family, and then it comes out, and I'm just like, oh, I didn't realize this, or let me be more mindful of that. So I think, again, it goes back to communication.
And I tell you that you are an awesome couple, and you don't know how many couples that needed to hear that tonight. You don't know how many people out there in the audience absolutely needed to hear that tonight. Now, let me ask you this next one, because we're going to do like a little Prince's Secret game at the end. But I need to ask
Okay.
one more question. What activities do the two of you all enjoy doing as a couple to keep the spark alive? Just keep that spark alive. You like doing something. Like you said, he's your best friend. You like to date him. I mean, is there something that you all like to do just to
so
keep that spark alive? It could be at home or it could be outside the home. Just
so
keep that spark alive.
Brittany's big thing is she used to be an athlete, so she
Oh,
likes going to the batting cages.
oh
So
wow.
but that's her thing, the batting cages. So we'll
Oh
go to the
wow.
batting cages, or
We have game nights.
Oh
We
yeah.
have like with our very close friends due to COVID, we'll have a game night or we will have like a social gathering with others or when we could, we would go to concerts, we would travel, we would go to movies, anywhere and everywhere we were trying to go. Festivals, we take the kids places.
Brittany's an extrovert, so as we said, so anywhere outside and anywhere where Brittany could see people and
Oh,
be
that's
the
great.
life
And
of the
Brittany,
party, that's
and I've never
And you
been
know
to a
what?
batting cage. I've never been to a batting cage.
Yes, it's definitely it's something I truly enjoy. It's because softball was my passion. So,
Oh, wow.
we go to paint and sips. There's always different types of dates that we go on. Sometimes we just go on Groupon and see what we can find.
No, that's an idea. That is an excellent idea.
You'll be
Excellent.
surprised. We love theme parks.
Yeah, yeah, because you do need your personal space, each of you. So,
Hmm.
so Liam, do you have a man cave and Brittany, do you have a she shed?
Yes, we
yes,
do. We both
yes.
actually. I do have a she shed, and he does have a man cave.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Yes.
because you do need your personal space. Just
Hmm.
always being right there together. But that also helps you to come together and appreciate each other when you do spend time away from each other. And a she shed and a man cave, I think, is the best thing that's been invented. The best thing ever been
We
invented.
agree.
Well, I'm gonna ask you. We're gonna conclude by you all are not gonna say anything for to each other. You're just gonna point at each other, and this is going to be my new Princess Secret game. And here goes the rules. You're gonna have to close your eyes. Don't do it yet, but just close your eyes, and I'm gonna ask a few rapid fire questions really fast, and you're gonna answer them by pointing to your spouse, just by pointing to your spouse. Okay, so if you are ready, let's see, let me see here are my rapid fire questions. Okay, all right, so here we go. You're gonna close your eyes and you're gonna point. Okay, here goes the very first question. The very first one is, who plans more elaborate date nights? Just point. Okay, it could be yourself. Okay, it could be yourself. Okay, number two, who is most likely to talk in a baby voice to animals when they see a cute puppy or a cute kitty cat? That's funny. Okay, number three, who dresses better? Dresses. You guys really know each other. Okay, so who's the better driver? Who's the better driver? I'm looking to see. Okay, all right, all right. Number five, who is the biggest whiner and complainer when they're sick? It's too funny. You all know each other quite well. Okay, here goes the last one. Who's more likely to steal the covers in the bed on a cold, wintry night? You all are so, you all know each other so well. You may now open your eyes.
Right.
You may now open your eyes. Okay, if we have just one person, because this time is really going fast because we so much enjoyed you guys. Okay, and somebody is saying people sleep on Groupon. Okay, people sleep on Groupon. Okay, so if there's anybody in our audience that would like to ask this fabulous, wonderful couple from Hempstead, North Carolina, just one question. I think we have time for just one guest to ask a question. Let's see who's coming up. And if we don't, we're gonna have to sort of like move on. Okay, I don't see any question. I can't believe Wanda Wills from Holly Ridge or Leslie has not asked a question. Because see, we got to wind this thing up because I know Liam is probably trying to go to the sports center right now because he probably got some wrestling on.
No,
He
there's no
probably
games
trying to
on
see
tonight.
who's gonna get more points, LeBron or the unibrow. When he was at Kentucky, Anthony Davis, we called him the unibrow.
Yeah.
He's the Lakers best. I gotta hurry up and wind this bad boy up because I know he's about ready to go to the sports center. Okay, Wanda has one. Okay, Wanda has a question. Wanda wants to know how. Let's see. Wanda wants to know how. Let's see. It stopped. Okay, let's punch that and see. Okay, how do they handle? My question is, how do they? Let's see. It's not coming through. Okay, let me punch it. Okay, how do? I don't know what she's trying to say. Okay, Lynn, when do you know? Okay, we can go with 5. Okay. When do you know? Okay, she'll have to ask this one later, and we'll have to post her question. But everybody is saying you all are a beautiful couple. I would
thank
first like to
you.
say you all are beautiful. You all, appreciate each other, and you just, give your best to each other. It's not like you try to just, I'm going to be the boss. I'm going to rule this roost around here. And, and it is a 50-50 deal when you get married, and it takes work. It takes work. It definitely does. So I'd like to remind my guests to leave, because we're going to leave here in just a few minutes, to leave your answer to the contest question in the chat. And once again, the question is, can you give me the name of the reality star from my home page, who incidentally is going to be my guest next week? So put her name there, and we're going to be on about 5 or 10 minutes after the show is over this evening. But for right now, I would like to give a very, very special thank you to this fabulous, beautiful, extraordinary, wonderful couple from Hempstead, North Carolina, because I'm sure that you can find them just anytime out there walking on weather gets hand in hand. And somebody's saying marriage is, someone said that marriage is work. So I'd like to thank them. And remember, as I always say to my guests, always say to them, please remember that we're still in the COVID season. Always wear your mask, practice social distancing, and always remember to say a prayer for the whole wide world. So with that note, I'd like to say thank you to each and every one of you as we
Thank
listen
you
to
so much.
Ocean's Breeze.
Thank you for
Bye-bye.
having us. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Behind and I'm ready to go. Get out of the home. Now take my advice. Take my advice.